Welcome to the stunning Asprey and welcome to Meandmygolf TV for the very best in online golf instruction. I'm Piers Ward.
And I'm Andy Proudman, and today we're going to be talking about whether it's a good idea to hit down on your irons or not. Let's take charge of your game.
Okay, so today's question has come from Facebook. Before we get into that, if this is the first time you've seen us and you're not sure what we're doing here, our job really is to put as many videos out there that can help you improve your golf. So we like to get as interactive as possible with you, so we ask you to post your comments down below and just give us the information for these videos and help fuel these videos for us. And if you hit the subscribe button, hopefully you'll see all the other videos that we do. So we're here to help, and hopefully we can reach out to as many golfers as possible. Now, right, Andy, Facebook question. This is from Christopher Alexander. Put my teeth back in. This is a really good one because he's asked, should you let me get this right. Should you hit down the ball? Should you be digging? Should you be sweeping? What should you be doing when you strike the golf ball?
Great question.
It's a really good question. So what we thought today is just give you more of an understanding of what actually happens when the better players hit the golf ball and what we look for as coaches. So there's a few different ways of describing it there, and it does depend on the golfer to a certain amount as well, on what their swing characteristics are. But Andy, what are we kind of looking for?
I think with the question from Chris there, presume he's saying with an iron, the fact that he's sort of saying hitting down, so we're presuming you're going with an iron there, Chris. Now, the fact that, I mean, in terms of with an iron, we never tell anybody, our golfers, to hit down on the golf ball. Reason being, it leads to plane issues, coming too steep. But we want people to understand exactly what we're trying to achieve when striking an iron, and we are looking to get the golf ball, okay, followed by the turf. So the bottom of the golf swing is actually more after the golf ball. So we want to understand that the golf club travels in a circular motion around the body, okay? I'll try not to hit you, Piers, on the way through, but the bottom of that circle is after the golf ball. It doesn't require me trying to actually hit down on it, okay? It just it understands or gives you the feeling there that we can actually make a good backswing and through swing, but the bottom of that circle is after the golf ball. So with an iron, yes, we do want to strike the golf ball the ball followed by the turf.
The little ball before the big ball.
There's no digging. We don't want to dig, certainly don't want to dig there, but we don't want to sweep either with an iron. We want to achieve this nice solid contact that we see these pros do where there's a little bit of a divot there, and to do that we need to have that bottom of the golf swing after the golf ball.
Okay, can you just set up again for me, Andy, and just actually go back down to impact and just freeze for me. And you'll see this is the most common thing that you will see amongst all great ball strikers, is that the hands you can see there are just inside his lead leg when he hits it, and the shaft is leant forward. So if the shaft is leant forward, that means that the head is then going to strike the ground, hopefully, after the golf ball. Very difficult. Well, it can be done, but it's harder to hit the ground before the ball if you're leaning the shaft forward. If you get a few other things wrong, it could happen. But generally from here, because the shaft is leant forward, the ball will be struck first, and as Andy said, the bottom of the circle will happen after the golf ball. And that's something we've got so many different drills to do that. You'll see in some of our other videos on how to do this, but that is almost the concept. If you give them this concept of what they should be looking to achieve, it actually can work really well.
And also, as I'm doing this, what to enable me to achieve this also is that weight shifts to my lead side. So having the weight shift to my lead side moves my strike point after the golf ball. Now, the majority of people who hit the golf or hit the ground before the golf ball, their weight is back and their shaft is back.
Yeah.
Okay, so the shaft is leaning back, their weight is back. Very, very hard to make that solid contact there. We want to achieve this impact position here where the shaft is leaning forward, the weight into my lead side. That creates this nice penetrating ball flight and solid contact.
Just show me the back foot one again. So this is the bad one where Andy says he's not transferring the weight. So from here, you could dig early and you could be too shallow doing this. So you can see it, maybe this is where Christopher's getting a little, maybe he's doing a little bit of it himself. Maybe he's not quite shifting his weight forward enough. And as Andy says, the key to great ball striking is shifting the weight forward. I've had one guy that I've ever taught who got the shaft leant forward and he was hitting it off his back foot with an iron, considerably off his back foot, we'll say, and he was hitting ball and then turf. But this guy was absolutely ridiculously strong. He was a huge guy, massive arms, very strong. He was still able to actually lean the shaft forward.
Was that me you're talking about?
It was not you. It was definitely not you.
I think some great things that you can do. I mean, we get people to make practice swings and strike the ground and brush the ground after that golf ball. So address to the side, do some practice swings and brush. hit that ground after the golf ball. Now to do that, guess what? You need to shift weight, and there's a good chance you need to get that shaft leaning forward. So very simple way of doing it, but also gives you an idea of how you can achieve that solid contact.
Definitely. And a lot, and the two main faults, as Andy says, the hanging back and maybe the early release. By doing those little mini swings, that's what we do a lot of, isn't it? So we get rid of the early release and the hanging back by actually just doing little mini drills where you're striking the ground where you want to, past the ball.
Definitely. So I think it's important to understand, don't try and hit down, understand that the bottom of the swing is after the golf ball. That will really help you produce a better motion to actually get what we need.
Okay. Christopher, thank you very much for the question. That was a really good question, and you know, as we said, guys, your questions fuel us. So go to Facebook, go to Twitter, comment on YouTube, Instagram now as well. Have a look at that. Go to meandmygolf.com. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you want to see more of these videos, click the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching, guys. So because of that, and there's no thrusting inwards. It'd be interesting to know how old Zach is, because it's a fault that we often see with younger golfers. Maybe they haven't got kind of the strength or in the stability in their lower body, but yeah, the drill we're going to show you, as you say, it is a